I told myself it was only a short escape, a chance to reclaim a spark I believed was gone. My husband, David, was gentle and steadfast, yet our marriage had dulled into routine. Quiet dinners, tired mornings, empty words. So when Ethan, an old flame, reached out, with whispers of passion and excitement, I surrendered to the pull. I planned a secret trip with him, telling David I'd be with friends. To avoid interruption, I silenced David's number the moment I boarded the plane. The days away were everything I thought I longed for. Lavish meals, reckless laughter, and fleeting kisses that made me feel young again. With Ethan, I stripped off the weight of vows, of home, of the man waiting for me. Each night I told myself this was harmless, that I'd return untouched by consequence, and David would never know. But in rare stillness, guilt whispered. I ignored it, keeping my phone off, shutting out his calls, his worry, his love. For 7 days, I drifted in a dream, while David sat in silence, abandoned, with no clue where I'd gone. When it ended, dread tangled with relief. On the plane home, I reactivated his number, bracing for missed calls and pleading texts. But the phone stayed mute. I told myself he was holding back, saving his anger for later. When I walked into our house, I forced a practiced smile, pretending nothing had shifted, but everything felt different. His shoes were gone from the doorway. His coat wasn't slung across the chair. Even his aftershave had vanished from the air. On the table lay an envelope, my name written in his familiar hand. My fingers trembled as I opened it. Clara, it read, I don't know where you went, or why you shut me out, but your silence said more than words ever could. A husband shouldn't beg for a place in his wife's life. I waited, I worried, and I realized I'm worth more than being shut out. By the time you read this, I'll be gone. I'm done waiting. Farewell. The words pierced me deeper than any fight could. My chest tightened. My knees buckled. I sank into a chair. I wanted to call him, to explain, but I knew the truth. My betrayal was exactly what he feared. Weeks passed. No sign of David. He ignored my calls, my texts, my letters. It was as if he erased me entirely, leaving me alone in the shell of our life. I had gambled loyalty for a thrill, and lost everything. Ethan reached out, but I turned him away. The fire I chased now felt vile. He was never my future. David was, and I had thrown him away. Memories of his quiet love haunted me. How he filled my gas tank, set the coffee pot each morning. How he steadied me when I faltered. Those simple acts now mocked me. I had traded them for nothing. Friends asked why I seemed hollow, why my ring finger was bare. I mumbled that we drifted apart. But the truth was I shattered what mattered most. David left before I could beg for mercy. Months later, divorce papers came. Clean, cold, final. No anger, no blame, only his choice for freedom. Signing them was the last nail in the coffin of our marriage. At night I stay at his contact, wondering if he thinks of me. But I know I'll never hear his voice, never see his smile, never feel his steady love again. That trip didn't just fracture us, it erased him from my life. Love isn't fleeting passion or adventure. It's loyalty, respect, and trust. I lost David because I forgot that truth. And though the world keeps moving, my heart is still trapped in the silence of a man I drove away and who never looked back.